Aloha, everyone, and welcome back to the program. Now, it has been a bit, and I do hope you're doing well. And of course, if there's anything here that is even mildly entertaining or informative, I do hope that you would like and share, subscribe, comment. I mean, hell, you know how this shit works. So like everyone else, I've been watching with some interest about the endless coverage on the Sherrone Moore firing at the University of Michigan. And as I watch Rich Eisen on ESPN declare his love for the university and then point out his cohorts and their support of Syracuse and Notre Dame, etc., one question kept popping into my head, and that was, when do all these guys graduate? You know, I was half expecting to see a convertible filled with co-eds just slowly drive on by, you know, that waving their pom-poms, decked in school colors, beat state written on the side, as Rich and the boys, looking sharp in their Letterman sweaters, talked about the school that was so near and dear to his heart and how he was gutted and depressed, shocked and dismayed and disgusted by what had happened. Really? Disgusted? Maybe. Shocked? Come on. I was more surprised that Moore got fired than why he got fired. I know the South Park scientists were unable to determine why rich men kept having sex with women who were not their wives, but I thought the guys at ESPN just knew better. Maybe they were out of the office when the Mel Tucker story broke, or Bobby Petrino, or Rick Pitino, Jerry Sandusky. You want to be shocked and disgusted? There you go. And to be clear, I'm not picking on Rich specifically. He's kind of a case study, just a handy target, as it were. And I like Rich. I think he's smart. He's entertaining. He's good at his job. I think he's one of the best that ESPN employs. But on this one, I don't know, bro. You know, everywhere I looked, coaches and players and commentators and opinionators were all sharing their shock and horror. I can't believe this. This is so out of character we're hearing. You know, I introduced him to my son a year ago, and he was as kind as he could be. Not once did he even offer my son a hooker. And all these reactions reminded me of when Prince and Michael Jackson died. And all I kept hearing was, I can't believe they were using drugs. Has nobody seen Behind the Music? Not one episode? Have you not heard of the 27 Club? Did everyone think that just Amy Winehouse went on a long vacation? And as I said, Rich Eisen is hardly flying solo here. Joel Klatt is heartbroken, and he never went to Michigan. Adam Schefter, who did, thinks it's important that we hear Sherrone Moore's side of the story. Yeah. He said the situation is sad and tragic. It's surreal and wild. And that if you heard about it, you wouldn't believe it because it sounds made up. Really. Now, Adam, word of advice, you may want to go ahead and check your spam filter. Might be some information that's being blocked. And of course, while you're online, go ahead and please enjoy the wonderful collection of Behind the Music episodes available right here on YouTube. Both might add a little bit of context to the current situation. Plus, I hear there's this really cool blues channel that you may also like. A lot of good shit on there. Just saying. And when Rich talks about Michigan, he says he wears his heart on his sleeve and that he speaks with his heart and that he hopes everybody feels this way about their school. I hope that they don't. I hope that 50-year-old men and women look at their alma mater as adults and not fanboys. Because when you're gutted and depressed and shocked and dismayed and disgusted by behavior that has previously happened at your school and others, you may be part of the problem. And in some ways, I get what Rich is saying. Many of us here in the state of Michigan share in the pride that comes with the university's athletic and academic success. I grew up during the 10-year war. And to me, that still kind of defines what college football is all about. I had my cataract surgery at the Kellogg Eye Center a few years back. And It's my understanding that if you need anything done with your eyes, that's the place to go. Like world-class treatment. Again, no place better. Plus the happy juice they give you. Look, I have no idea what that shit is, but Rush should have included that stuff in Passes to Bangkok. It would have fit perfectly. Just saying. Good shit. Also, great place to get medical care. Eisen said it took less than 90 minutes after Michigan got rocked by Ohio State that he got 4 texts from 4 different people asking about any potential philandering involving Sherrone Moore. He called it a rumor so nasty that he did not want to share the details with anyone. Now, I have no idea what kind of rumors he was hearing about, but that's a lot of pearl clutching for a series of unsanctioned hookups, isn't it? Now, to be fair, there was an innocent wife and 3 young children who were dragged into this mess, but that just makes Moore's actions more shitty, not shocking. And yet somehow this all became the worst kept secret in and out of town. It seems that everybody knew about it, talked about it, never admitted to talking about it, but no one was able to report about it. Yeah, I think that's it. It's amazing, isn't it? The CIA, NSA, Mossad, M16 every year spend billions of dollars trying to protect secrets, and somehow Fort Schembechler, they can get it done for free. That's a return on your investments there, my friends. Look, I'll start wrapping it up like this. Rich Eisen says, what do you tell any of the kids there on behalf of all of us at the University of Michigan? And this is what we talk about at the University of Michigan, what that Block M is all about. Again, I like Rich. I think he's really, really good. But when you identify too closely with anything, your school, your country, your church, you swap loyalty for truth. You become a willing participant in the hypocrisy. The greater the hypocrisy, the greater the devotion. You choose which history to forget, which scripture to ignore, and which scandal to excuse. Again, I'm using Rich as an example, not suggesting that he's the root of all evil, but when you're in the media and you have a large platform and you're gutted and you're depressed and shocked and dismayed and disgusted by actions of a coach at your school, you openly glorify. And you do this after reporting on similar scandals elsewhere and at home. It destroys your credibility when it's so desperately needed. Anyway, that's all I got. Hope this helps. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Maybe I'll see you again in another 4 or 5 months. Who knows? Either way, thanks for stopping by. Take care.